What's going on, guys? It's New York Prepper here, and today I'm going to give you guys a video on my EDC. Alright, I've never done a video on my EDC or everyday carry. These are items that I carry with me on a regular basis when I go out to the store, when I go grocery shopping, when I go to the movies, when I'm out and about in a city environment, or I'm in town. Okay, this is not wilderness carry. This is not bug out bag stuff. This is things that I carry in a society when I'm in society. All right. So I'm gonna start with. There's a lot of stuff here, so I don't want to overwhelm you. Some of this stuff on the side here is just my gun cleaning stuff because I was cleaning my pistol recently, so don't pay attention to that. Let me just move the camera here so you can see better. All right, so don't get overwhelmed. I don't carry all this stuff with me everywhere I go. All right, this is just all of my EDC stuff, but it doesn't mean that I'm always carrying all of these items every time I go out, okay? But what I want to start with is I want to start with what I always carry everywhere I go outside of my house, okay? First thing is I always have a bug out bag or get home bag in my vehicle. My bug out bag or my get home bag is very lightweight and small. It's between 15 and 20 pounds. I've done a video on my get home bag and my bug out bag. If you want to check it out and see what's in it, you can go to my playlist, get home bags and bug out bags. All right, and I will attach on the top of this video, I'll attach a link so you can go and check that playlist out. And you can look at my bug out bag. I did a detailed breakdown of my bug out bag about 2 years ago when I started this channel. And I've changed some things around since that video, but I'm going to do an updated video sometime in the next few weeks. So look for that updated bug out bag video. So I always have my bug out bag in my vehicle everywhere I go, okay? And my bug out bag has spare ammunition, spare clothing, medical supplies, land navigation tools, maps, camouflage things, fire starting things, water and water treatment, canteens, the 5 C's of survival are in there. All right, so my bug out bag has everything that I would need to survive pretty much indefinitely. All right, with the things that I have in my bug out bag, I could survive for weeks as long as I can find food somewhere, okay? So that's something that always goes with me in my vehicle. And because I have that with me in my vehicle, I don't have to worry about carrying a ton of crap on me when I'm trying to enjoy my night out somewhere. If I'm going out to dinner and a movie, I'm not going to be carrying a ton of crap on me, because I'm trying to enjoy myself, I'm not one of those guys that loves to have my pistol everywhere I go, and I don't take my pistol when I go to the bathroom or when I take a shower. I don't do those kinds of things. I always have it nearby if I need it, but I'm not one of those kinds of people that just loves to carry their pistol, all the time everywhere I go. And I like to carry the minimum things necessary and have the things that I need in relatively close proximity to my location so I can go and get it if I need it. All right, so first thing is I always have my bug out bag with me, and my bug out bag has all my medical essentials, fire starting, water purification, the 5 C's of survival, spare ammo, batteries, flashlights, all right, all kinds of different things are in my bug out bag. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys what I carry pretty much on a daily basis when I go out to a store, okay, or even when I go to work, which I'm not working now because of the virus, the coronavirus. All right, but these are things that I always carry with me. So the first thing is I'm going to start with this. This is the Benchmade Hidden Canyon knife, Benchmade Hidden Canyon Hunter, and I have a paracord lanyard on it. This is I think it's 2 3/4 inch blade. Okay, it's this is a Benchmade knife, all right, and it's S30V steel, which is a very strong stainless steel, It's one of the best stainless steels that you can get. And yes, this knife was expensive, okay? There's the S30V. I'll show you guys. I don't know if it's going to come in on the camera or not. But yes, it's an expensive knife. I paid $125 for this knife. But I'd rather buy something that's good, and especially if I'm going to use it to save my life. I don't want to get something cheap. I want to get something that's actually going to work for me. And, you know, so my Benchmade, and I usually carry that on a, this is a fixed blade knife. It's not a folder. It's a full tank construction here, as you can see. And the blade, you know, the knife goes all the way through the handle. All right, and that's what I like for my, you know, defensive blades. I don't like folding knives. I never liked folding knives. I know a lot of guys think they're cool, but I think folding knives are not really practical. If you actually really have to use a knife in a self-defense scenario, or if you have to use it for survival, or a folding knife is just not as good. All right, it's flimsy. You know, you have that hinge. The hinge can break. You know, this fixed blade knife gives me the ability to pry. If I have to pry something open, like a door, if I'm in a survival situation, or I have to escape from a, let's say a building collapse or something, and I got to pry myself out. All right, this fixed blade knife, I could use this as a prying tool if I have to, you know. You can't do that with a fixed blade knife, with a folding knife. All right, a folding knife will break. All right, and obviously for self-defense, you know, this knife is perfect. It's small and it doesn't take up a lot of real estate, but you know, it does the job. It's almost a 3-inch blade, which makes it legal pretty much in any city or any state. You want to stay underneath the 3-inch mark. You know, once you go above 3 inches, that's where a lot of the laws start to crack down, you know, on the blade size. But this is even legal in the very liberal city of New York. You know, but folding knives are much more restricted too. A small fixed blade like this is more legal. So that's why I have the fixed blade as well. And it's also better for survival tasks. It's not just about self-defense or fighting off an active shooter. It's also about survival. You know, if I have to make my way home, let's say I'm out shopping or I'm out on the town and I have to make my way home, and something happens, my car breaks down, or there's some kind of an SHTF situation, let's say an EMP strikes, or, you know, whatever, I can't drive back, I have to walk back. I want to have something that I can, you know, do wilderness tasks with, all right? If I need to, you know, skin an animal, if I need to start a fire, if I need to chop some wood or make a feather stick or stuff like that, I want to have a nice solid fixed blade knife. I don't want to have any cheap folding knives. Obviously for self-defense, this little knife is fine. You know, if I have to defend myself from a stray dog or a pit bull or a bear or something like that, or a pack of coyotes, this little knife will be a nice force multiplier. You know, granted, I'm not a small guy and I'm not really, I don't really need a knife to defend myself. You know, my bare hands alone are a formidable threat to anybody that would be dumb enough to try to attack me. But having that knife gives me a force multiplier. So if, let's say, I get attacked by a bear or a pit bull, you know, this little knife right here, it may not necessarily kill it, but it'll do enough damage where the animal will run away and think twice about continuing an attack. Same thing with a person, you know, I could use this for deadly force against human or animal threats. It's a small knife, but you don't need a big knife, okay? And it's legal pretty much anywhere. And so the way I carry it is I usually carry it on this sheath that came with the knife. It's a scout carry. So your belt goes through this loop here, and I wear it on my weak side. And, you know, on my belt, on my weak side, on my appendix area. Okay, appendix meaning like, you know, the front of your waist, all right, where your pockets are. That's kind of where I carry this, okay? So I can easily draw it out, and that's typically the way I carry it if I'm out in town, and it's in the colder weather months, and I have something with a belt on. Then I'll carry it that way because it's easy to conceal. As you see, it's very small. And once this is on my belt, I can put my shirt over it and you can't see it at all. Another thing I do is I have this sheath here, which I can carry on my neck. I have a piece of paracord, and this I can carry as a neck knife, okay? And I'll usually do that if I'm, if let's say I'm going for a jog or going for a walk and I'm wearing jogging shorts, and I don't have a belt where I need, if I need to attach this to, I need a belt in order to use this, because the belt goes through this little loop here. But with this, I can carry this if I'm wearing my gym pants on or gym clothes. If I'm working out, I could even have this with me at the gym and nobody will know it's on me. So this is just a neck knife configuration. And I have a little fire steel on here, which, like I said, if for whatever reason, if I have to make my way home on foot and I'm close to my house, but let's say I'm maybe only 10 miles away or 15 miles away, this little fire steel and this knife, I can start a fire. And, in this fire steel rod here, I have a little piece of tinder in there. All right, this is an Exotac fire rod, okay? So, that's pretty much it. All right, so the knife, either in the neck, I can either carry it as a neck knife or I carry it on the waist, like I said, depending on what I'm wearing. The next thing is flashlight. This is critical. This is a Phoenix TK09. Let me just focus the camera so you guys can see. I don't know why it's not focusing. All right, so it's a Phoenix TK09, and there we go. Phoenix TK09. I love this flashlight. I mean, you can see how thick the aluminum is here. You can see the bezel, how thick it is. I've had another one of these for like 5 years, and it's just starting to fail on me now. The tail, but it's mainly just the tail switch that's starting to fail, and that's after 5 years, and heavy use. So, but I love this light because one thing for EDC, I really love it because. And I have this lanyard for it too. All right. What I love about it is when you turn it on, it goes to the maximum setting of 900 lumens, and there's no memory function at all. So every time I turn this light on, it's going to go to 900 lumens, which is very bright. And not only can I illuminate a large area with that, but I can also blind somebody if somebody's trying to attack me, or if, let's say a wild animal's charging me. I can flash them with this light, and that will temporarily, blind them, and then I can draw my pistol, draw my knife, or escape, or run away, or, get ready to fight with my bare hands, whatever it is. This will give a little bit of a window of opportunity by blinding that aggressor, okay? And obviously, that's what you want. You don't want any memory functions on your EDC light. You want it to go right to the brightest mode as soon as you turn it on. And this is just a very simple, rugged, reliable design. So it starts at 900 lumens, then it goes to 450, and then it goes to a low mode, which I think is like 15 lumens, which will last a couple of days in this low level. So if, let's say, I have to walk home and spend the night in the woods somewhere, I have a flashlight that will last me at least a couple of nights on the low setting. And then I can turn it up to high if I need to check out a weird noise, or somebody's attacking me or something like that, or animals attacking me. All right. And another thing I like about this light is that it has a 1-inch diameter body, okay, which is not something a lot of people think about a lot. But this 1-inch diameter body is very important for being able to find mounts and things like that. All right. If I want to clamp this onto a weapon or something like that, a 1-inch diameter body is very easy to find either a scope ring or some type of a mount. All right, it's a very universal measurement. Okay, 1-inch diameter. It's very easy to find a mount for it. But so the flashlight, I usually keep this in my pocket. And then another thing I carry is a multi-tool. I usually like to carry this Leatherman Wingman. which is a very simple multi-tool. It doesn't have a bit kit or anything. It's just a very simple, basic multi-tool. You know, for most EDC, if I'm going to the store or something like that, I don't need to have a very fancy multi-tool. I just need, you know, basic pliers, and it's got the belt clip so I can clip it on anywhere I want. I got my knife easily accessible on the outside, so I can even use this as a weapon, self-defense weapon. You know, I can access the knife right on the outside. If, let's say, I can't get to my knife, or something happens to my knife, or, you know, if I'm in an area where the knife is illegal, I can have this multi-tool. And it's just got basic stuff. It's got, you know, scissors. You know, it's the Leatherman Wingman, if that's what you want to, if you want to check it out online. I've done a review on it. It's got, you know, basic screwdriver on there, basic flathead, you know, just basic tools. All right, I don't want to get anything too crazy for EDC. You know, if I need to go crazier, I got my Leatherman Wave here. If, let's say, I'm going on a fishing trip, or you know, I'm gonna expect to have to do more complex tasks, then I'll carry the Leatherman Wave. This is the Leatherman Wave Plus, which is a very nice multi-tool. I'll do a review on it, but I have a bit kit for it too, and I'll carry the bits if I need to. So that's pretty much it for the most part. Okay, just the knife, the flashlight, and the Wingman, the Leatherman Wingman. And like I said, I'll carry the Leatherman Wave if I know, you know, let's say I'm going to need those extra tools on the Leatherman Wave, the bit kit or something, then I'll carry that. But for the most part, if I'm going to the store, getting a haircut, going to the movie, I'm not going to carry this big, you know, thing with me. You know, I'm just going to have my knife, basic multi-tool, and basic reliable flashlight. So that's what I usually carry. Now, if I'm going somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with the location, all right, so these are things I carry if I know the area. You know, if it's my local town, you know, if I'm going somewhere I'm familiar with, then that's what I'm going to carry. But if I'm unfamiliar, then I'll bring this little compass. I've done a review on it. It's a Kamenga tritium wrist compass, okay, and it's tritium, so it's you know, it glows in the dark for 24/7 for like 20 years. All right, it's just a little bit of like a radioactive material inside, and that makes the north arrow glow, so I can see where north is, and it makes this little marker here, these two lines that I can use for taking a bearing or making an azimuth. Those glow as well, so I can use this for a very simple compass and simple rudimentary navigation tool. All right, if I need to navigate and get myself home, I can use this. All right, so that's what I'll carry if I go to maybe a place that's much further than where I live, and it's a place I'm not familiar with, and I may need to navigate to get home. Then I'm going to bring this with me, and this is just a little wrist compass. That's all it is. All right, and it's nice and small. Like I said, I don't like to have, you know, huge stuff. You know, like a lot of guys, they overdo it on their EDC stuff. You know, you're not going to war, you're just going to town. You know, you don't need to have 5 clips of 9mm and a giant G-Shock watch, you know, rated for 300-foot depths that are, you know, used by the Navy SEALs. You don't need all that. All right. So it's just a basic compass that I can wear on my wrist, and I usually carry this if I go to unfamiliar locations, you know, so that's another thing. Now, I'm going to get into the firearms now. So let me actually, before I get into the firearms, I'll talk about my belt here. All right, if I plan to carry a firearm, then I will have this heavy-duty belt, all right, in order to support the weight of the firearm in case I want to hip carry the firearm. This is a Bigfoot gun belts. This is the biggest belt that they sell. I think it's like 18 ounces. It has 2 layers of thick leather, and in the middle is a stainless steel, there's like a stainless steel band inside of it, all right? You can actually see the outline of the steel band. If you look closely here, you can see the the steel inside the leather, and what they do is they stitch the two pieces of leather over the steel, and what that does is that makes the belt, it's basically impossible for this belt to fold. You know, as you see, I'm squeezing it and it doesn't fold, and it's very rigid. All right, this is a concealed carry belt. I also carry this when I'm in the woods and I'm going in the wilderness. I carry this. This is also, you know, this is basically like a duty belt in a sense. It's got this heavy duty buckle here. It's adjustable for, actually, no, it's not adjustable. I'm sorry. It's not adjustable, but so the belt, you know, if I'm going to carry my firearm, I make sure I have this belt on me. And when I carry my firearm, I usually carry it either in this leather hip holster, or, and it's in the winter time, I'll carry it in this leather hip holster like this. It has very low visibility because it's black, and it's pretty easily concealable with a long sleeve shirt or sweatshirt. But in the summertime, this holster won't work. So in the summertime, I carry it in this fanny pack. This is a Black Hawk concealed carry fanny pack, and the way it works is, you know, it's just a basic fanny pack here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the logo, the Black Hawk logo on there, but this is just a concealed carry fanny pack, and the pistol goes inside, and you rip it open here. Let me just show you how that works. All right, so the pistol goes inside, and you just rip it open. It has these pull tabs here. So what you do is you pull this tab. There's a tab here, and let me just zipper it up. All right, so you wear this as a fanny pack. All right, and it also has a pocket on the outside where I can put my reloads or my you know, documents, my wallet, my phone, my keys. All right, I can put that in the outside here. All right, and you know, there's also some small pockets on the side where I can put some other small items in there. All right, like reloads or, you know, whatever you think you would need. But the way it works is it has this little pull tab here, and all you do is you just rip it down, and it rips open the sheath, and then you have your pistol right in here, and you draw the pistol out. So that's what I carry. These are my two carry systems. I may look into getting a shoulder holster just because I think the shoulder holster for the pistol that I have, it's a 44 Magnum. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, you're crazy. Why are you carrying a 44 Magnum? I do not carry full power 44 Magnum when I'm concealed carrying this in an urban area. I carry 44 specials. All right, a 44 special is very similar in power and ballistics to a 45 ACP. It may be just slightly more powerful than a 45 ACP, but I use, I'll show you the bullets that I use. All right, I use Spear Gold Dot hollow points, which expand very rapidly. All right, so even though it's a little bit higher velocity than a 45 ACP, I have these big hollow point bullets here, and they open up very quickly. So I'm not too worried about over penetration in an urban environment. And like I said, the 44 specials are very similar in power to a 45 ACP. Okay, and these are the ammos. These are the bullets that I carry here. You can see 44 special on the bottom. All right, and this is just an HKS, you know, speed loader. And so that's what I carry. But I'm going to look into a shoulder holster because I think a shoulder holster would be better and give me more flexibility. So I'm going to try to look into a shoulder holster. I think that might be better than the fanny pack, you know, if I can figure out a way not to have the shoulder holster print. And for my reloads, I have this Barsony. This is a very good company, Barsony. Let me just see if I can't focus that for you. Barsony holsters and belts. It's an American-made company. They make very good leather craft and very good holsters, very good belts. Here's just a little nylon pouch, all right? And I like the nylon. I don't like, if I'm carrying in an urban environment, I don't want to have leather because leather, it just doesn't look, it stands out, okay? If somebody's wearing like a leather pouch, it stands out more and it takes up more room, especially with these speed loaders. They're pretty bulky as it is. You know, they're pretty wide. So if I wear this on my waist, if I have a leather pouch, it's going to stick out under my clothing and stuff. So this is just like a nice low profile, low vis pouch. It's made of nylon. I think it might even be like 500D nylon, but you know, it's a nice solid nylon, and it's just a Velcro. And I have my 2 speed loaders in here with the Underwood ammo, 44 special. These are the Underwood 200 grain gold dot hollow points, 44 specials, okay? And I highly recommend Underwood ammo. These have a low flash powder, so there's not a big bright flash when I shoot these, which is important for low light situations. I don't want to blind myself with muzzle flash or give away my position. And I just carry these 2 speed loaders, which I think is enough for urban situations. I know a lot of guys are going to say, oh yeah, that's not enough ammo. You know, you should have at least like 4 or 5, you know, magazines or speed loaders. But I don't plan on getting into a gun battle. All right, my CCW pistol is mainly for an extreme emergency where somebody's pulling a gun out on me. I don't plan on getting into a shootout with anybody. I don't plan on engaging an active shooter. All right, there may be situations where an active shooter may be a serious threat, but in that situation, a pistol's not going to really save the day if that active shooter has a rifle, because the rifle's got better range and better penetration. So unless I happen to be close enough distance where I can take the active shooter down, it's going to be hard for me to get a good shot off without, you know, getting hit myself. So I don't plan on getting into extended gun battles, and God forbid if that did happen, I always carry spare ammo in my vehicle, or if I have a backpack on me, which I usually do, I usually have spare speed loaders in my backpack. So if I need to get to them, I can get to them. But on my person, I'm not going to have, like, you know, a bunch of ammo on my person if I'm in an urban area. It just takes up too much space, you know, and it just doesn't look right. So this is easily concealable, and it's low vis, and it's lightweight, and it's compact, and that's why I like the Barsony pouch. All right, so I recommend you guys check out Barsony. All right, and so we're done with firearms. I know everybody wants to talk about firearms, so we're done with that. So moving on from that, another thing that I carry with me, which I don't always carry with me, but I have this Faraday bag, which you can put your cell phone in here, but what I actually have in here is a Geiger counter. And I usually carry this with me if I go into like an urban environment, a big city, where I expect to, looks like the batteries died on it. I gotta refill the batteries. That's weird. So, it's a good point. That's good that I noticed this, actually. So I have this Geiger counter, and I keep it in this Faraday bag. And if I'm walking around the city, what I'll do is I'll put this on my belt. It has a little belt clip. And what happens is if there's an unusually high radiation level, you know, it'll go off. There'll be like a little alarm, and I can set the threshold. I can adjust the threshold to whatever radiation level I want the alarm to go off at. So I can really set it really high or really low depending on what I'm trying to do. But I can wear this on my belt if I'm in, like, usually I wear this if I go to New York City or some other type of large city, or if I'm traveling. I usually bring this with me just because of the threat of a dirty bomb or some type of a terrorism situation. That's the reason why I have this with me. All right, if there's a dirty bomb or some type of a radiation release, I want to know that there's radiation around me. All right, and sometimes you won't know that radiation is silent. It's a silent killer. It's a quiet killer. You don't smell it, you don't see it, you can't hear it. Okay, so that's why I have this with me. and it's very lightweight and very small. So I usually carry this if I go into like a big city where I expect to run into you know, possible terrorism and things like that. And I keep this in a Faraday bag at all times, just in case, you know, there's an EMP or solar flare. It protects it, because I consider this a critical electronic. So, and again, I don't carry that all the time. That's just if I go into a big city, okay? So we're almost done here. Another thing I always have with me, and I have one of these in my bug out bag, but if I know that I'm going to be walking around for a while, I'll throw one of these Israeli bandages into my backpack. I usually, let's say I carry a backpack and I'm, you know, going to a mall, and I know I'm going to be at the mall for a couple of hours, or if I'm going sightseeing or something like that, and I'm with my fiance and she likes to really spend time at the mall and she likes to really walk around, and I know I'm going to be there for a couple hours, I'll throw one of these Israeli bandages, all right, inside of my my backpack, all right, just in case there's a situation where I have to control bleeding. I can easily access this. It's right in my backpack. This is just a 6-inch, you know, Israeli bandage. And why an Israeli bandage and not a tourniquet? All right, well, I do have a tourniquet on my bug out bag, all right, but I feel that an Israeli bandage is more universal and more, you can use it for a bunch of different things versus a tourniquet is just for arterial bleeding. All right, with an Israeli bandage, I can use this also as a tourniquet because it has a bar, a torsion bar on there, so I can use this as a tourniquet. This can be used as a tourniquet if I have to, but also I can use it as a standard pressure bandage. All right, so it gives me two options. I can use it as a tourniquet or I can use it as a pressure bandage. All right, if I only have a tourniquet on me and something happens and I need to control bleeding, then I'm out of luck. I'm not going to apply a tourniquet if somebody cut themselves a little bit too deep with a knife or something like that. So, you know, the Israeli bandage is more versatile. All right, it's more versatile. So I keep that in a backpack if I know I'm going to be out for a while. And I also keep this OutZ battery bank. I've done a review on this before. You can check out my gear reviews playlist. I did a review on this one, and this is just a 10,000 milliamp battery bank, okay? And it has a solar panel on it. It's waterproof. It's IP67 waterproof, so I can drop this in a pond for 30 minutes, and the water won't get in there, okay? So that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's my EDC. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a lot of stuff, but pretty much that's for typical EDC. I usually just carry my knife or in the neck configuration, and then I carry my wingman and then my my flashlight. I don't, you know, and depending on the you know, the situation, I have other things that I carry too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a few minutes to get everything ready, so I hope you learned something from it and I gave you some good ideas. And you know, if you haven't done so already, check out my website and register for the discussion forums if you want to discuss more about EDC stuff. I have a message board, and I have a section in the message board for EDC if you guys want to share ideas or things like that, okay? So check that out. Also, check out my merchandise. It's in the description box down below if you want to get yourself a New York Prepper t-shirt and you want to support the channel. And like, share, and subscribe the video. Like and share the video, and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And as always, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.